Tonight, jabronis, it's a special night. We're going to salute and give thanks to a great man that's done a lot for this industry. You might know him, you might love him, you might hate him, but damn it, you got to respect him. I'm talking about none other than the Heartbreak Kid, Jeffrey Komikhan Henson.
What's going on, Tony? What's going on?
Oh, not much, bro. Just came to appreciate you and your fine career. Stellar work, man. You've been killing it and been doing everything you can. I remember you were green behind the ears when you first stepped into the squared circle, son. And next thing I know, you sweet chin music people taking titles. And I was like, who's this young upstart kid? This jabroni. I better watch it. And next thing you know, the Tone was sleeping. Oh, and you took the Tone's belt. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm saying, son, you're one of the best. And you know, when you step in the squared circle and you do it the best. And I've seen you do a lot of things. And I've seen you fly off the top rope. I've seen you come up off of everything. You did the kick up, you know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing, man. I mean, like, how do you do it? Just let the fans know how you do it.
Oh man, it's just that built-in DNA, you know, built-in just pure athleticism when it comes to this comic book federation, you know. I got it built in, pure instinct.
Pure instinct, huh? And you've been a multiple champion. You've done a lot of things, and currently you're the cover champion as well as we speak right now.
Yeah, no better time to retire than when you're on top, as what I always say.
And that is an amazing feat to see that, to see that you're the cover champion and you're gonna retire and be inducted into the Hunt Hall of Fame. One of the few to do it the best, and you started from the very bottom and came up to the top, son. And not to steal a phrase from somebody, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, you know, it's been a year, a full year, been doing this, and you know, right at a year. So I figure, not a better time for me, at least.
And I can respect that. A whole year on the grind, digging in them long boxes up early in the morning, clanging and banging, and just going toe to toe with some of the best in the comic book industry and coming out on top champs. And you know what I'm saying? It's amazing sometimes to see that. You know, you can go back and check the history books and they'll say HBK was the man.
Yeah, man, you know, it's the people embraced me, took me under their arms, and it was amazing, you know. So there's never a dull moment and never a night that I didn't have a chance to win it. And it was all thanks to all of you guys. It was great.
And what seemed to be amazing was like you wouldn't even be on the show and you would still get votes. It was just like, what's going on? He's the like I say, he's the people's champ. I'm the chat's champ. I'm just saying, you get a lot of love from the people, man. You get a lot of love.
Yeah, you know, it's been a great ride. And it's been great because of all of, you know, our, you know, people out there that are supporting us. You know, everybody in the chat for every episode of The Hunt. You know.
And yeah, we like to thank everybody, and especially the ones that tune in and the ones that come and vote and make that have made you champion multiple times. And one of the historical feats that you have done that has never been repeated and I've never seen happen again is can you hold up the championship for me? Can you hold it up?
Yeah, it was an epic night for sure. Definitely. This was the book that put me over the edge that night to win.
That is amazing. If you did not see that was not your imagination. There was no book because he won the hunt with no book, people. And that has never been done before or again. And that was not scripted. I'm telling you, the chat made it happen. And that's why we're here inducting this man right now into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I appreciate everybody who's ever voted for me. All of my friends out there, all of you guys voting for me. Wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So I'm not retiring from YouTube. Just throwing that out there. Just, you know, from competition and the hunt.
And not to knock that championship. When I say he won with no book, he beat some stellar books that night, and I'm talking about he beat the first appearance of Iron Man. So if you don't believe that that's not an amazing feat, that's charisma right there. That's what they call charisma. He has it in the business. Now, there's a guy in the back that wants to come out and talk a little smack and show his respect to your champ, because you're still a champ right now as we speak, which is kind of funny to me, but it's amazing to be double champion. So, all stand on your feet, because here he comes, the golden boy himself, Jaydee Flair.
Jeffrey Comics.
It's me.
Woo! Like Harley Race once said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And he said first, and he beat the man one time. Not as many times as I beat that little punk ass. You praising him like he's some kind of. This is a Hall of Fame. This is a Hall of Shame right now.
Hey,
So let's make it more for Jeffrey. Let's make it more for Jeffrey right here. Go shout out the chat. Well, I get into my let's celebrate Jeffrey Komikhan gear. Let's celebrate Jeffrey Komikhan gear.
That's awfully nice hat there.
We got our shit kickers on. We got our let's celebrate this trash.
Yeah, it's my style right there.
Right here. Woo! This one drinking a beer out of a bottle, just like you, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear. I was styling and profiling even when I'm. Yeah, I look at myself right now. I'm styling and profiling right now.
That beard.
Yeah, we're gonna
pull
show
it off with that.
talk about the Jeffrey Komikhan. I want to talk about Jeffrey Komikhan. Jeffrey Komikhan, you were you're the original one with us right here when some of us won our first championship. The Jim Steranko X-Man 50, I believe, was the first one.
You guys couldn't have the winners if there wasn't for me losing, you know, so.
That's true.
That's right.
You made the losing very good, didn't you?
Yeah.
Woo.
But
Look at you. Look at you. Sitting here. You know what, Tone? You got to shut your mouth. You've been going on kissing me so much, and he's been talking about DNA. You got me nervous over here in the back. You got me nervous here in the back. You know, this is a family-friendly show. We got this all stuff going on over here. Jeffrey, you were okay.
Oh, yeah, that's better than bad.
You were okay. I'll tell you what you were.
Yeah.
You're most known for doing this. Winning without a bet. That's why you're in the Hall of Fame.
That has never been accomplished again, man. It's an amazing feat.
Woo! Who wants to hear something? We got anybody in that chat, Jeffrey? Get your ass to work. That's
Oh boy. Let's see. Yes, we got some great people in the chat right now. Our buddy Comic Books NYC, Kavi. What's going on, brother? Good to see you tonight.
That guy's a punk. That guy's a punk.
Whoa.
Brings this stuff back from a contest there. Shows his Action Comics, beats my ASM 129. Comes in last week. I dropped some original art on everybody. He comes back and punches me in the face and wins again. Yeah, I got another one here, and he don't even want to put his belt on the line. I said, put your belt on the line, big man. Put your belt on the line after we contribute to Jeff.
Feisty one tonight, huh, Tone? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He wants a shot back at that gold. He wants that. He's got that gold fever. I can see it.
Needs that 10 pounds around his waist. That's right. Sam I Am Comics. What's up, brother? Good to see you tonight. JB from Discovery Bay. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you guys for joining us. Appreciate
it. JD. So how have you been, JD?
I have been good. Been good. This is good. Sitting here, picked up a bunch of books. I have to show you right now. The one I do want to show, because I was going to see it tomorrow on Instagram anyway, so I'll show it to you before. I got some stuff back from CGC. I sent a guy to go get this signed by Gabriel Delato. I absolutely love the store cover. And I wanted this one instead of the Virgin, and it was such a better deal. Sometimes you want the Virgin. This one wouldn't have made any difference because there's nothing above it but just black. But it looks cool with the Thor. I kind of like the silver, the way he did it, and then he signed it in silver. I thought that was badass. Next, Baltimore Komikhan. This was my only signature series one I sent. I dropped off to them. This is what I got back. Clayton Crane in the morning, we were talking about doing an interview, and I said, I ran over and I picked up this book from one of the dealers over there, and it was it was Silver Surfer Black #1. I have seen it before, and I was like, he just signed it. I just got it back. 9 white pages, beautiful signature. Other than that, what's going on? It's BCMA month, by the way.
Yeah.
My original art now. I got my Conan stuff out. I brought my Conan portfolio.
Conan.
What portfolio? You got a Conan portfolio? What are you talking about? Let me see.
Yeah, this is the Conan by John Buscema. There's 2,000 of these. He signs them in pencil, and it's just some prints and stuff he's done in the movie Conan. The comic Conan. Some of the stuff from the late 70s, early 80s. This is probably the 80s, so let's be careful with this because it's old. But show you like a nice print like that of Conan, and then of course you got some Bellet. We don't have any Red Sonja because this is during that time when she was there, but there you got Bellet on top, looking good. Tigers, good stuff. So it's Buscema month here. His birthday is December 11th, so from Veterans Day until his birthday, all Buscema all the time right there.
That is cool. That is cool.
Look at me, Jeffrey. Look at me. If you think I could pass with someone, you'd hang out with Heart kid.
I'm gonna get you, Flair. Oh man.
So we got the current world heavyweight champion in the background, sitting there, and he's a really good friend of HBK's. So let me bring out the king of NYC.
That's right. That's right. You want a shot at this gold, JD Flair? You come and get it tomorrow night, my friend. So Don Dada don't play. What's up? All right, so I'm gonna put my kayfabe away, guys. I'm here as Comic Books NYC Kavi tonight to honor my good buddy Jeffrey, aka HBK, one of the all-time greatest. Also, a couch house guest of mine during New York Comic Con. Times of a lifetime, dude. I can't wait till we get to hang out again in real life. But you are an all-timer, winning with no books, winning with not even appearing on the show. Sometimes I feel, and you deserve this honor on the 1-year anniversary of the Hunt, first Hall of Famer. I think there's a spot in there for me one day. I'm a defending champion. That's right. But we'll see. We'll see how far I can make this. And shout out to Biggie Shaq for the belt because I didn't have it. So,
yeah, sweet belt there.
Congrats, Jeffrey, man.
Hey, thanks.
I'm not going to stay around the whole night. I want you guys, the original 3, to sort of, do your thing or whatever. But I'll stick around for a little bit. So.
All right. So a year ago, man, it started, and I'm kind of it's just like I'm kind of kayfabe on this one because it's just like man, that's kind of a fun thing that we did like a year ago, and
so great. The first episode was my first. I think it was the first time I was ever live with anybody.
I do remember being in the chat because I've been an admin like the whole year, basically. You know what I mean, on Tony's channel, and I think probably I would say 95% of the matches I've seen live, and maybe only a handful I wasn't able to make it. So I've seen, I think I don't even know how many matches there have been, but 30 almost, 25, 20 something maybe at least.
It's been
20 something. Got to be at least 20.
At least 2 dozen, I think.
Yeah, it's twice a month, so it's like twice a month we do it. So
what up, Stay Puff?
Yo, what's up, Puff?
So so 24 was it 24? Yeah, we got 24.
That's just like a random mathematical 2 times 12 thing. I don't know 24. If that's exact.
Yeah, 24.
We're not building a new.
But there were also times where you had the cover match on Friday, another match on Friday, so there could be a little more, honestly. But.
Yeah, we had some crazy episodes early on. Do you remember the one I had to come back I was driving back for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like the second or
You
third
were coming
one.
from Aquaman, weren't you? You were coming.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, was it Aquaman or was it Shazam? I don't remember.
Aquaman. It was Aquaman.
Yeah, it was
It was Aquaman.
Aquaman. Yeah.
And I remember I was drinking whiskey before dinner, during dinner, after dinner, at the movies. Wife's driving. I get there and I'm like, oh shit, I got to do the hunt. And we have no good Wi-Fi. And I'm like, fuck, I'll do it right here. That was great.
Man, yeah, this show's been
That was
fun.
classic.
It's
Rod, what up, Rod? Just
Yo,
a
Rod,
good.
what's up?
What's up, Stay Pup? And what's up to Discovery Bay for the 199 super chat?
Nice.
Ooh, for you.
And man, yeah, this show, like, it started off as just an idea, like, and it's stuff that we all do. We all go out and collect, hunt books down and stuff, look for stuff. Like, I went and did that today, and hell, I'll show. Like, this is like, I don't care. I'll get more stuff anyway for the
This
next.
is how Don Dada snacks right here. You got the little,
like-
dang.
you got the little orange slice on the toothpick, yo.
Like,
Nice.
I'll just show one that I picked up. I just picked this up because it was you already know it's the for the artist, not because of what it is, but just because of
Artist formerly known as.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, cool.
Michael Turner.
Yeah.
Michael
That's
the
a good
Burner
turn.
Turner.
That's actually a pretty good run of Fantastic Four. It's not that bad. It's a good
Oh.
one. And Michael Turner is good. That's actually a pretty good storyline. I don't know. That's like one of the ones I remember because I forget where I was. Whatever was coming out around that time, like the late 90s, Fantastic Four led into it, so it was a pretty good storyline. I had to read it for probably either Thor or Silver Surfer. I don't remember.
And shout outs to Rod for the $5 super chat.
Yeah, there was what did I just something in a box Fantastic Four, I think from that era, or I don't know, maybe no, slightly different era. I don't even actually know who did this cover, but do you guys recognize this cover artist?
Let me see.
You can't see.
No, but I need
Isn't
to
that
get
Mike?
one.
Wait. Is it Michael Turner? Is it? Yeah, that's Michael Turner.
That looks like Michael Turner.
Okay, Michael Turner.
Is it?
Wait,
The
It
only
looks like
other
Michael-
could be maybe Greg Land.
let me see. Like, turn it back around. Let me see. Hold on.
It's issue 544. I haven't looked it up yet, but
'Cause this is
it looks like Turner, but
It's
I
gotta
don't
be
see his
Turner,
signature or
'cause-
anything.
this is 553. This one I get is 553.
Right,
Yeah.
and because
And
the number sounded pretty close, so I was like, I wonder
And
if
that's
this
what I was
Turner.
talking about. The initiative. That's what I was talking about.
Right, the initiative, yeah.
The initiative was a storyline. I couldn't remember the name of it, but that's
Yeah,
what-
that's when I was out of comics, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
don't
pretty
know.
good. That
Yeah.
was a pretty good era that people they don't. It was like the dead time where much more graphic novels were coming out. You had a lot more weird
Mm.
Frank Miller stuff like 300 and Sin City and shit like that. You know?
You guys aware of what title this is? Cyberforce?
Yeah.
Mark
Oh,
Silvestri,
yeah,
Cyberforce
Oh
number
yeah.
one.
I
That's
know
what you talking about? What you talking about? That's
I never read it. I never read it, dude.
What
It's
is?
so good, man.
Is it?
Cyberforce is a classic.
Yeah, look,
Oh, nice.
this is my 9.8. This
Like I know it's Silvestri and everything, but I
Yeah.
never read it. so.
Great.
great. Yeah, it's
Cool.
like-
It was this was in the box from Spidey Fan or whatever. But yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that is a Michael Turner cover, just to verify that.
Oh,
I looked
sweet.
it up.
man.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna have to put the belt down. It's too hard to show a book and wear the belt.
I got another Wrightson Marvel out of the way. Found another one. That's a Bernie Wrightson right here.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful book. Yeah, this is first appearance of Marvel's Scarecrow, Dead of Night number 11. Nice, really hard. Actually, it's not really that easy to find this book in good condition. So I'm really good. I'm glad I did. I am good too.
JD kind of looks like Shawn Michaels.
You kind of do, yeah. He does.
I'm doing it for you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I know that beard, that cowboy hat, pulling it off pretty well.
So Sam I am's in the chat. He actually hooked me up with some books, including these three, which are awesome. The Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
homage. Yeah,
John Byrne?
Mhm.
love that. Yeah,
John Byrne did that, right?
yeah.
Yep.
And then he hooked me up with this Loot Crate variant from Delato of Han and
Oh,
Chewie.
nice.
So this is the Delato.
I have
Chewie.
that. Well, yeah, I have that. That's the first Star Wars cover he did, and was the only one up until a year ago.
Right.
And the other one is the Vader.
Yep, the Vader. And then this is I forget, it's that New England Comics, I think, exclusive of TMNT 98, the Jenica cover or whatever. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks. Shout out to Sam I Am. He's in the chat. So
that Star Wars, Jason Aaron, Star Wars, the Delato cover. You actually didn't. It came in a poly bag. 'Cause I still have mine in a poly bag.
Oh really? Because it's Loot Crate. Yeah, Loot Crate. Yeah, Loot Crate. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never taken it out because I got a Loot Crate buy.
Is the poly bag have the same cover image on it, or is it?
Same image.
Okay. So you can still see the image.
Oh yeah.
So,
Cool.
real quick, has anybody ever seen this cover or this book? But like, I'm gonna read it because I want to read it because that's the only reason I bought it was just because I wanted to read it because I just thought it would be cool. It's a what if book, and it's a what if Aunt May had died instead of Uncle Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yo, I want to read this one.
That's pretty cool.
I think I'm pretty sure I read that on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some of the what if were done by some of the better writers. They were just messing around if they wanted to mess with the brand. It was real good. Woo!
So, I mean, is this turning into a free for all where we're just showing random stuff? Because I did a whole, I did a whole 90-minute live unboxing.
This is
with
the Hall of Fame.
and my whole table.
What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do?
My whole table is full of books for and that's rare.
He's the Hall of Famer. It's his Jeffrey's night. But Jeffrey, let me tell you this, man. We're excited that you've been doing. Let me when we first started, it was like, Jeffrey was like, no lie, go back and look. Jeffrey was like,
that's who I am.
He started out and then his hunting skills, man, he was just knocking it out. So I give it to him.
He's he would be like this. I don't know about this book. I don't know. He would be like Killer Hulk. He'd be like, oh,
wow.
Yeah, he got it was what was it? The 250, that Silver Surfer cover, and you're like, yeah, Diddy, you might like this one. Bang, the Silver Surfer cover. Oh, it was immaculate.
He's pulled out some killer books. So that's why I was like, yeah, he's improved a lot.
Well, I had to. I learned a lot just from being on this show. So I mean,
you grow so much from 2 monsters and 5 cupcakes to 5 monsters and 17 cupcakes.
Yes, that's right.
It's just a hilarious time. I've had a blast with you guys this whole year. JD, I've learned so much about the golden age from you and
elephant covers
out the wazoo, bro. And matter of fact, JD, if you don't show an elephant cover right now, it won't feel complete.
So, Tony, question for you, Tony.
Yeah.
What did you think that the show
cover? Beautiful elephant right here. It was attributed to Solardo, actually signed Solardo. Kind of a hard one to find, used in Soti. And there she is, right there. Nice. Kenga. Nice book. Not a really good one to find out there in the wild. It was pretty good condition. I thought it would get higher, but it's really hard to tell with some of these things what's inside. They hit some of them pretty hard.
Jeffrey, you said now.
Okay, when the show first started, did you ever imagine that it would become what it is now? Because it's evolved in tremendous leaps and bounds from what it started out as to what it is right now.
We had 7 of us the first night.
It was I watched it the first. I watched the.
What? And we were just ourselves. And we were 3 guys who were kind of sitting up here, kind of nervous doing this show, right?
Yeah. And then it was got more comfortable, and then it was and it got more. It got more fun. But then it got to the point where it was just the characters came into it, and it's we lost control. But people just, it just got over the top. But people,
it escalated pretty quickly.
Talk about being very over the top. I think everybody,
it is
enjoy.
And it's people get to come on, and it's just it's fun. You get to cut on the books, and get to cut on the people's characters or whatever. And it's nothing personal. It's just fun that we have and do, But Now, to me, that's the.
I mean,
core.
it escalated so far that I rapped twice.
Yes.
Yeah, and like,
So
Hold my beer. Hold my robe. Okay. Hold my robe.
and
I
I'm talking about.
bloodied myself up with. I had my wife ask. I told her in an outfit completely dressed like this, and she looked at me and she says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I need to look bloody." And she goes, "I'll get the ketchup." Didn't break a sweat when I'm like, "All right, I need something now." She goes, "All right, let's make a neck brace." You know.
That was good too, boy. So yeah, it's just been like, yeah, the props.
You're laughing right now because you looked over at me dressed like this. She's like, "All right, whatever.
It's
Private.
like,
Do what you want."
yeah,
Man.
we do a lot. I don't know, we do a lot, but it's just like funny to me. It's just like fun that we do, and it's like to me, it's like it's all about the books really at the end of the day. But it's just like
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I think it's less about the books and more about like just the fun. You know.
yeah, it's. I think at this point it has become. It's almost. I don't know, like more like a show, kind of like like.
Kavi, grade my trade. Grade my trade. That's what I want you to do. Grade my trade.
Grade your trade. Okay.
So I traded away a 9.0 Avengers 196 and a 9.6 195.
Okay.
Okay. Off white to white pages on the 9.6. Key point.
Okay.
That 50, those books, total money I had into it, including pressing and cleaning, might have been $45 total.
Nice.
All right, total in those books. Sent them off, whatever, and I brought them to a con recently. I traded it out to a guy I'll just show you what I got at the end of it because it was like 3 different dealers, and I just took money and kept going. So I replaced my Defenders 4, the one I sold in a package deal for someone because I had one, I wanted that. This is what I consider the underrated value is a 12-cent Spider-Man. I don't care where you are. It is a 12
that's cool. Yeah, dude.
This is a really nice copy. Absolutely stunning. Definitely getting sent to CGC. I kind of have a thing with the Spider-Man appearing on other covers, not his
Yeah,
own.
I like that too. Even though I do collect the Spider-Man titles.
The Bernie Wrightson was part of it.
Nice.
Hard to find. A Bernie Wrightson interior Conan. He does some of the characters in the back there, and I showed it last week, but I'm not going to put it up right now.
DS Comics. What's up, DS?
Yo, what up, DS?
The Juggernaut cover. This Doctor Strange. 170. Pretty good condition. And a Monster Frankenstein Mike Plough cover. And
yeah, dude. That's a solid I'd say that's a solid.
I also got
There's more?
But yeah, where's the Fantastic Four?
What's up, Silver Age Dave? Good to see you, man.
Silver Age Dave, what's up?
And this.
Oh, nice.
CGC, because this is at least a 6, probably a 6.5.
Dude, yeah. I mean, if I had to am I grading it based on like the grammar school scale or the CGC scale?
Yeah, I mean, the way I would grade this when I was a kid, I would grade this thing
Submariner.
Submariner.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, dude, that's a solid trade. That's like an A- A trade.
I still had $22 left over. $22 left over.
Yeah, that's. Dude, I have no interest at all in Taskmaster.
Was with me.
Sorry, I think it's cool if you're into Taskmaster, but like I'm not a big.
Hey, Silver Age Dave, what's up, bro?
I'm doing all the villains because I know Ultron factor's coming.
Yeah.
I need to get a beer.
I unboxed a 12-cent Spider-Man book today. So, second Vulture.
See that. I like that one. Yeah.
Second Vulture ASM 7.
Yep, and that's actually isn't that the reveal when you find out who it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when you find out his name, right?
Michael Keaton.
So I'm definitely gonna Michael Keaton. This is probably gonna be a crack out, press, clean, and resubmit, or crossover grading at least, and do that. I don't know, but yeah, we shall see. I'm gonna definitely get this into a CGC case, one way or the other. But, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then my other big Silver Age pickup over the last 7 days or so or less was this one in Vegas.
Yes, yes.
Yep. And then
You was chilling with RB3. I seen the pitch.
more Silver Age. This one came back from CGC. I was expecting a higher grade, honestly, so I'm a little disappointed, but it's still such a great presenting Steranko cover. It's my favorite Steranko cover, so it's a PC book. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
A 7. That's why I think mine should be like a 7 too.
I thought mine was a 7, or also
That's
maybe
a tough one in a
7.5.
high grade. That's a very expensive one in a high grade.
I know.
And it's pretty much the cover, not so much the story.
Yeah.
Polaris and all that shit. It's kind of a stupid storyline.
Yeah, DS is saying, and it's also one of those old, like, creaky. It is one of those old creakier CBCS cases that I don't like.
I remember those. Yeah, actually, I have one of those. I'm debating on it because I'm kind of in a tough position with it because it's.
But this was another book I picked up while I was in Vegas. Invaders 1. I love this book. I mean, I'd love eventually an even higher grade copy of it, but I'm happy with this one.
Which one is that?
Just Invaders #1, the Bronze Age, title.
You got to get the king size annual one.
I know the king size, the giant, the king size annual of.
Snickers.
It's not Invaders. It's a different title. King size something else.
No,
and then the Avengers 79, is it right? Or Avengers 79 or 71 is the first team appearance.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The not for a key value. Well, it is for a key value.
Live with 2 YouTubers.
What's up, Sharon?
The last Schoenberg cover ever is the king size annual one.
Yeah.
It's last Schoenberg work.
So some other books I unboxed today. If you don't want to go watch my video, I'll just show it to you right here. This was I got this from that charity auction from Moira from Bear On. So Avengers
Neil Adams.
96 signed by Neil Adams. Picked up the first Null 9.8 from Comic Man Andy. So that's from Comic Man Andy in the Moira charity auction.
Jeffrey, you gave me that book.
I did. That's right.
Then I picked up 3 books from DS over the course of like a few weeks, and he sent them to me all at once. So Marvel Team Up,
I had
141, 96 white pages.
I got 85 of that.
The 8.0 that I got the steal on in his auction, where the 7.0 went for more than the 8.0, and I got the 8.0. So of 142, and then the first Hobgoblin 8.5. So
I guess I should get that one. I don't know. I never cover. I don't know. I guess I should get that.
That John Romita cover. I think it's over. Look at me. Behind me is Civil
DS says he wants that 8.0 back.
That's Romita.
That's Romita.
That's
so
Romita.
It's
no, the other one.
The Hobgoblin.
Yeah, the terror where he's tearing.
Yeah. That's isn't that the team? That's a team up between Junior and Senior.
Right. Now that's Junior's first or whatever when he's there.
Yeah.
But I know it's been done, Mike.
DS is like, I want that 8.0 back. I stole that. I know I stole it. It's crazy what I got it for, dude. I mean, that was like a Don Dada intimidation move that nobody else came in. I was like, what happened? What's happening here? I'm getting this for this full price? That was crazy.
Dang, that's hilarious then. Man, so Jeffrey,
yo, what's going on?
So coming in, did you ever think that you would just knock out some of these big boy books and just be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna win for sure?
No, I never. I figured I was gonna lose every show. That was just what I went into every show figuring, because I can never afford to keep up with it.
This
nice, Loki.
Yeah.
No, I won this. I lost the cover championship that night to Jeff.
Oh, that was your book that night.
Yeah. That was the book. This is the one I was in the car and I said, damn it.
What's up, Sharon? What's going on?
Great. You remember what was it he was doing when he went to see John's Comics with Kids?
Yeah, I remember that. That was the night issues. Was that the night issues on? Or no? I think my internet wasn't working that night issues came on. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Jay Hood, what's up, Jay Hood? Yeah.
Man, and Jay Hood, we gotta get Jay Hood on here because I want to see more.
Or Cane Pool.
Cane Pool. Yeah, I want to see more Cane Pool.
I don't know if he wants to see more cane pull. That must have taken a while to do.
Yeah, I must say, yeah. But like, he can be unmasked cane pull because we
Yeah,
see
there
him
you go.
unmasked. He could do like, whatever.
He can just be
American.
J-Head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool concept.
Got a profiling, baby.
Yeah.
It's cracked me up.
Another thing that HBK taught me is how to get a vape habit and an energy drink habit. And I know I'm drinking water right now, but I had a Red Bull like an hour.
Yeah, exactly. You can't get you doing that.
How do you describe Jeffrey Comics?
And now I'm like refilling my vape like once a week like, damn it.
Hey,
Just watching him do it right now, it makes me want to go get mine.
Ow.
Jeffrey, remember you used to click the pen a billion times?
I used to click the pin. I used to like chew on the pin. I used to shove it up my nose. Like, whatever I could do. I can't sit still. Like, even right now. It's just.
I remember when John, like, we would be doing the show and like John would be sending you naked pictures. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Man, I missed that. Where's that guy at? That was like the thing. Everybody would just try. It's not like it's hard to make me laugh, but like, there's some shows I'd be busting up these guys.
My wife was watching that Mandalorian for the third time.
Dude,
Hey,
I just saw
good.
episode 3. I saw episode 3. I only watched it
I
once.
saw it once, yeah.
watched
But
it twice.
I'm gonna watch it at least one more time before I
watched
fall
it
asleep
twice.
tonight. And
Boy,
I'm gonna
I need to
watch, and then I'm gonna rewatch 1 through 3 like it's a movie, like it's because it's about movie length. If you add up the running time of episode 1 through 3.
What's it come out once a week or what?
From now on, once a week on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Very interesting.
Have you waiting, but it's worth. I mean, like, it's worth the wait. The production quality is really great on it. So
Really good.
it's like, yeah.
You know what I really want to? I want to cancel Netflix, but I can't because The Witcher is coming on.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
I know.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
Game, Last Hunt, Final Hunt, whatever it's called, The Wild Hunt, Witcher 3, and I love the books. I mean, those books are literally, they're read like graphic novels. They are so ridiculously awesome.
Oh, JD, did you want to make the announcement about the the show that we're going to be doing?
No, sure, yeah. So, Comic Core and partnering with Tony Sanders and Jeffrey Komikhan Productions is going to be doing to slab or not to slab.
I heard some Jamokes have done that show before in the past.
It's nothing new. We've done it before. We're moving it. We're going to do it one on the Comic Core per month and one on Tony's per month. And we're going to set the date, and the time will be the same time as the hunt is. The Tony Sanders Hour, we'll call that. It's kind of like a talk show.
Yeah.
Tony is our late night talk show host right now. He's the guy who lets everybody get on and tell a story. He asks you one question, and he keeps going. Good stuff.
Boom.
Nice.
So
Is that going to be on the off weeks of the hunt, or?
Yeah. As well, it's going to be like, yeah.
We don't know what day of the week yet. So.
Yeah, we don't know what day of the week, but my first guest should be Capital JB because he's
nice.
I promised him to be my first guest, and so Capital JB will be the first guest, and it'll be premiering.
Jeffrey and I got to meet that guy at
boy.
New York Comic Con.
Yeah. I see the
He was
picture.
cool.
I told him whenever he said he was going, I was like, he posted a picture on Instagram. I was like, Jeffrey's in New York, and I was like,
Dude, no, that guy is so cool.
He was super
awesome.
nice. Yeah, he was cool. And his Miles Morales cosplay was fantastic. By the way.
I love this. My favorite Spider-Man. I hate when people are like, "You like Miles Morales more than Peter Parker?" I'm like, absolutely. It's my own opinion. It's just an opinion I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be premiering. The first episode premieres on Comic Core. So.
Okay.
Word.
Yep.
To your mother.
Yep. It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's pretty much with the band that you see. It's just same three guys been doing this. My first live show was ever with Tony. It was the Hunt, I think, right?
Really? My
Jeffrey,
first live show with other people involved.
Right, other people, yeah.
Yeah, like my first live stream was before I was showing my face. like, you know, on my own channel or whatever. And Discovery Bay was the first one in my chat. He was the first guy in my live chat on that one. But the first time I think I was live on another channel with other people was White Whale and John, New Comic Book Day Book Club or whatever. And that's when I showed my face.
Yeah, I think that's when, I don't know, it's either that or this.
I think it was. No, I think because you were on. It was White Whale's show first. It was White Whale's show first, and then you were on the hunt.
I was on the first episode of that. I was on the first episode of New Comic Book Day.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I think that might have been my first time where they introduced me.
Yeah, and then like I hit you up and I was like, hey, I want to do a show, and I was like, you wanted to do it, and I was like, cool. And then like I remember I was like, but I want to have 3 people. And I was like, Jeffrey, I remember Jeffrey had been like, this is how I remember Jeffrey. He was like dressed up, had like his hair fixed all up. He had these glasses. You can go still find the video probably.
It's like my 200 subscriber video.
Yeah.
It looked like he was trying out for the band Weezer.
Facebook challenge. Jeffrey should do a 10-month Facebook challenge right now because honest to God, Jeffrey's hair has changed from, he looked like a rooster for a little while.
Yeah.
Chicken. Man went flat out chicken with his hair.
Do one of those like time lapse, you know, time lapse animations.
Ironing because he changed up with his hairstyle.
He's never kept the same hairstyle the whole time. It's hilarious. But yeah, so yeah, that was just like Jeffrey. Yeah, you be cracking me up, man. So.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, like that, and I seen Jeffrey, and I hit him up, and like next thing you know, man, we've been doing this a year later, so we all clicked and got along, and this worked out fine, man. Like, you know, these guys are my bros, you know, and like Javi, you like, man, you've been there since day one in the chat.
I think I was probably like one of your initial 100 subscribers, most likely, I think. And I don't remember exactly where it was on the list, but then you finally got to 100 subscribers, I think. And then you did your contest where, was it 100? I don't even remember what number it was. I think it was 100, but then you did your contest where like one of the requirements was to also subscribe to me or something like that. So that was the first like real shout out like anybody ever really gave me. So I definitely still remember that and appreciate that, brother. So,
man, it's like
well, we've all come quite a ways the last year. That's
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's like doing this now is just like natural. It's like before I remember like when we first started, I was like, all right, is everything set up? Oh crap, you know. Now it's like I'll just hit y'all up at the last minute. Hey, we're doing a show. Let's go.
Oh yeah, you can totally see the evolution on my channel. Cause
I didn't even know. I got the message earlier that there was going to be a Hall of Fame induction thing, and I had already known for a while that, you know, Jeffrey was going to like eventually step away, you know, like, which makes a whole lot of sense. But like, I didn't know I was going to be part of the show, and then like I just got the email like 5 minutes before showtime, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll just pop on because I'm just sitting here not doing anything else. You know, whereas like a year ago, I would have been like, I would have sat there and like contemplated, like, do I do this today?
Yeah.
Was that enough notice? You know, like maybe I had something else to do, but I was just like, nah, I'll just hop on. It'll be fun. I don't even know what I'm in for, but it'll be fun. So.
Yeah, no, that tends to happen a lot. Sometimes that's when the best things come together, though. You know, the unplanned ones where they kind of just go off the rails and go wherever.
Agreed.
Well, kind of, you know, there was sometimes I used to think that I'd have to watch how much I drank on this show. But then
watch it as it goes down your throat.
Nothing will ever beat the New Year's.
Oh
bad.
My God!
Nothing will ever beat.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, the East Coasters just had to pass out at some point on that, and so I did. But so I could not make it for. You know,
Barbarian Kung Fu was there from the very beginning to the time I stopped that stream, like 8 hours later. And then I was hanging out with Big Will and Splash Page Comics.
Damn.
Yeah, we should do.
I don't know how you guys stayed awake.
No, you know, it was hard. My eyes were hurting because I was been staring at the screen for like 8 hours, and my back was a little sore. But you know, like everybody who was like making you like there was a lot less people making YouTube videos, but everybody who was like making YouTube videos in the community pretty much was on the stream, and if they weren't, they were in the chat. Like everybody was there. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was before I was showing my face, which feels like a lifetime ago. But,
I don't even remember. Like I keep forgetting that you didn't show your face until you bring it up, like on the shows. That's right.
I remember you just putting books out with
I did an entry into JD's like thankful contest last year. He did, and I was still like just showing the books on the screen type thing.
Yeah, no, I remember you did like I think you were either doing your contest or you were doing a contest for either me or you were doing.
I think it was for you, yeah. Where I showed all my Golden Age books because your challenge was show me 25 books.
Yeah,
or whatever. And nobody was doing Golden Age. This is prior to Golden Guys existing and all that. And I was like, you know what? I got maybe 35 total Golden Age books. Let me show my best 25 out of 35.
Yeah, and I was like, man, and that's when you had but you had that original art print in the back too.
Right, it was just a print. That's just a print. It's not.
Yeah, and it was like a print, but it was still in the back. And like I watched the video. I remember watching it like 2 to 3 times because I was like. I watched the books and then like I went back and looked at the print and I was looking like who was all in the print and I was like, oh man, that's cool. Look at that right there, And
that Marvel collage of like all the characters or whatever.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I remember that.
The Jerkovich one or
what?
Who did?
Honestly, I don't know because I didn't actually buy it. It came in a lot where I was buying a bunch of other, prints and one piece of original art, and the guy just threw it in there, and that doesn't seem to have a signature on it, like. I'd go track it down if you wanna. If you recognize it.
Who's the guy dressed as Colonel Sanders? Yes. What's going on, King of the
Coast? That was funny. Oh, man.
You're not gonna get killed eating my chicken.
Colonel
Sanders.
Colonel Sanders, that's a good one.
Man. So man, like, to be like, I don't know, and then like what's funny is like the championship evolved like really fast too. It was like, oh yeah, hey, I'm the Hunt World Champion. Then it became like, yo, I'm the Hunt World Champion, asshole.
Yeah, the bragging rights and all that.
I started after the first show because after we came
pretty much
live, Tony was talking shit. And that's not really talking shit, but you
started cutting promos on Instagram and everything.
We saw it. I'm like, next thing you know, you'll shout us out on your Instagram post that you beat us. Like, wait, what do you mean you beat us? Okay, you beat us. Right. And then it became a title, and I think I won the next one, and then
they're like, you became the most winningest though. You became the most winningest. And then like Jeffrey, like you had the most like charisma when it came to winning. Yeah. Me, I just came in and talked shit and whooped somebody's ass and won. And just like
the most electrifying athlete.
Yeah, and so it was just like it just worked though. Like and then like and then you got Grandmaster Rap down there, man. He come in and slice you up with a nice rap promo, and it's over.
What's up, friends? Welcome.
I can't figure out my phone. That's my ringtone now.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Somebody watching called me. All right. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll show that later. Show that.
You said check my. All right, I'm gonna check it. I will check it. King of the Golden State, man. That's another guy that I would like to get on here because, like, he'd be like, I guarantee, man, like the stuff he posts, I'll be just like, him.
Yeah, he's got a great collection.
He's got great stuff.
Yeah, he's got great stuff.
Yeah.
His haul videos are really fun to watch.
I always watch his stuff. Yeah.
And the Hunt made me get this because that I really don't have the good Venomized cover of Thor, and there was one I remember, but I could never find out where it was. A guy in the chat. This is like the first or second episode. And it was Jeffrey who was like, oh, yeah. And he told me to get this book, and he got it. And the guy pointed out to me. And I'm like, I was looking for that everywhere. And I ended up buying it. I ended up sending it into CGC. And this was a cover champion right here.
Le Champion.
Nice.
That was all Jeffrey's boys.
My voice.
Ah,
What?
Look at this. Colonel Sanders, whatever.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I got five.
Let me see. Where did I put those at? Look,
What? What are you looking for, Tony? You got
Tony,
you got
what do you got?
some heat.
Well, no, because he put like his no, because
Bringing the heat.
he got that Maryville. He posted Maryville on there.
Oh yeah, I got like one of the last issues. So what?
See, I don't have the one and that one. I just have like it was like these two that I found. Like it was like a double copy. I was like, I just grabbed them anyway. Screw it.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed those. I was like, screw it. But yeah, King of Golden State. He's got like, and then like, look at that. Let me see. Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
It was at like Van Halen.
Yeah.
That was good shit right there.
See that puts. But then like, what's that one?
Did you just show something? I missed it. What was it?
Oh, then this one. This is that one where they're like, oh, this is the first. What is it? First Archangel. What is it? As
Archangel.
Remember?
You know, the one is death, where he's his death or whatever. The one prior to what is it?
Know who? That's Louise Simonson's character.
Yeah.
Walt Simonson and Louise, but Louise Simonson created Archangel. That was her idea, and she's accredited for every Archangel. That always says created by Louise Simonson. Walt Simonson's wife, also the girl in House of Secrets.
Secrets, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
And because she was married to Jeffrey Jones at that time. Sorry. Another famous Golden Age comic artist. So.
Got you.
So
let me ask you guys real quickly. What is the format for tomorrow night for me to defend to defend for the second time the Hunt World Championship? What is the format? So I can prepare.
Bring what you got. Like if you
bring what I got. Whole PC.
Exactly. Bring
whole PC on the line. Whole PC, not on the line, on the table.
Whole PC. Like if you bring it out, like I bring out my
I'm gonna give you Seymour.
No, look, I'll take y'all back to school with this Mork and Mindy.
I'm gonna go. If JD Flair is going Bushima heavy, I'm going Kirby heavy.
Kirby versus Buscema.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's how we do. That's what it should be. You got to pick it. You guys got to agree on something. Buscema versus Kirby. Now, funny thing is, my Kirbys are worth a lot more than my Buscemas.
Right.
But if that's what you're considering, maybe there. But I'm just showing you.
Oh, Jeffrey's gonna sell whole covers. You know that's what's gonna happen.
Is it still a 5-book format and then like one final thing, or is it going to be different?
Well, it depends how many champions we get in, because
we don't know yet how many champions.
I know for sure the Beast is coming back, and
Bubs is in.
Yeah, Bubs is in. I'm trying to get Komikhan 84 in, and
you know what? That's what's something we can do with Bub too. We can have that 3-way where we both show Kirby's and Buscema's, and Bub's got to pick one.
Comics Misexplained. Good to see you.
Yeah, what's up, Jason?
Jason, I wanted to show him something here.
It's a throwdown to the Don Dada, the King of the Golden State versus the King of New York.
Oh.
I like to see that.
Oh, that'd be good to see.
Well, he ain't a champion, so he's not around tomorrow night. Sorry.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So I'm trying to get I'm trying to get 84. I'd like to get Chad on here because he was
84 comes out.
Did he win? He won. Did he won the main championship? He never won.
He won the main and he cashed because he was.
I thought he just won the cover.
No, he cashed in. Remember, he cashed in both. He won both that night.
He won both that night.
Yeah, he cashed in. He was the first person to ever cash in and win both titles.
I had to win I won the title back from him, right?
Yeah.
I won the title back from him, and that was the week of the promos. When it all went, when he did that was it? It was YouTube/Instagram thing of him being the Macho Man, digitally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
When he did that, and then literally a day later, I showed up as JD Flair, absolutely head to toe. Did like the Tony Schiavone video. It was hysterical. When I looked at it, I said, "Where are we taking this now? What's the next step?"
Yeah,
What's next? And then it just never slowed down from there. I mean, I'm not. I mean, look, I'm dressed like Jeffrey right now. Jeffrey,
Looking good.
probably.
Yeah.
Woo!
So Jeffrey's gonna be doing more.
Flying,
He'll be
baby.
doing more commentary and less hunting.
That's right.
And so
I'm basically retiring from all competitive forms of comic book wrestling.
yeah, he's just gonna be more of a Hall of Fame, legend contract. Just show up and take a little bump every now and then.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we'll see.
I got a little mileage left. I got a little bit of mileage left.
Oh, it was well, we've been on for a while. It's just like we just been talking about our great buddy here,
Oh,
Jeffrey, and showing the little books that we've been picking up along the way. And man, like I gotta get some, I gotta go get some more books.
I gotta get more boxes
You
to
gotta
put
get
the books
Tony,
in.
You have to do
I'm
some
running
kind of,
out.
Yeah,
you gotta think of some kind of way to do this. Like
yeah, because like we gotta get all the champions together. We gotta get
you gotta make it so.
do I get a ring or anything?
You want my Infinity Gauntlet ring?
Oh,
You want my Infinity
yeah.
Gauntlet ring? I'll ship it to you. This is the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Hall of Fame ring.
I got Christmas presents for
Boom,
you.
bring it on.
I got one. I got.
King of the Golden State. The hunt's tomorrow. This is just the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah.
The hunt's
This is where we
tomorrow night.
take our pants off.
Yeah.
Oh, take our pants off? Is that what you just
That's what we
said?
do. I ain't wearing no pants.
Man,
You
can
stand up
we get?
for my shows for a reason.
Can we do that? I don't think we can do that.
No, I don't have to wear pants.
But we
No,
can't
no.
take them off like live on TV. No.
No,
Okay.
we good.
First of all, it's YouTube. You're not on TV, and this is not real.
Well, you could be on somebody's TV. They could be streaming on the Xbox.
They could be, oh yeah. I get people. That's how Golden Guys gets all those views. I'm like, how the hell do we get that many views in the first hour? And they're like, I
Rod,
don't see that many people.
Rod's always taking his shirts off, and John's Comics and Kids too.
Yeah, those channels are nasty. Look at
That's
this.
how he feels.
Hey Tony, you got an X-Men 40?
X-Men 40. No, I don't have a 40. No.
Actually, NYC, didn't you get
I got a 39, which is the Frankenstein, I think. The Frankenstein
Somebody
cover.
just unveiled on their channel that they got an X-Men 40 and a book I was looking for as well. Like really hard to find.
The King of Golden State. I have X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been watching as much YouTube this week.
Yeah, I think what it was, and I was in the chat. I thought you were there too.
I've been I watched Luther Manning unbox some CGC stuff. I know.
Yeah, I watched that, but there's too many books to like remember one.
Yeah, I know on his. Yeah, and then
You gotta take notes with his sometimes. He's got
Comic Head 84 did one too. He did an unboxing, and then
right,
did
Giant Size number one.
Yeah, he's awesome. I gotta check this out. Would you slab this?
Was it Reggie? Maybe was it because I know Reggie showed some X-Men books this week. I think.
No, because it was somebody who I was in that while they were doing it live, they kept showing the book. And I'm like, oh my god! I just went to go look for that. I couldn't find it. And the other one was, oh my god! I just found that. It was like there's like 7 books I'm looking for that I want in good condition of the Silver Age. I keep them to myself, so because I want to find a good one in the wild and it's fun. And these guys showed what they got in the wild, and I got 2 of my 7. I'm like, and they're so hard to come by in the wild. One is an X-Men 40, the Frankenstein cover. You know that cover?
Yeah.
That's a great book.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was 39. So.
King of the Golden State, we're bringing back To Slab or Not to Slab. It'll be premiering on the Comic Core channel. So, and you can come on and be a guest if you want.
So I guess X-Men 40 is the book that I pulled out on Comic Gories. So that was the one for some reason I had in my head it was 39.
But it was you. I told you it was you.
Yeah, that was me. So I guess I do have an.
I like that book.
For some reason, I had it in my head as 39.
That was a nice condition. That was pretty good condition. I had it as
it was decent. It was decent. It wasn't super high grade or anything. It was mid grade. Yeah, it was mid grade.
4.55. It looked like a solid book.
Yeah, it was complete.
Complete, really nice. That's good.
When you have too many books and you don't realize what you have.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you're saying what Avengers is that, I look behind you. Behind the Silver Surfers up here is part Avengers, and then this is the other part. And you said 90 something, and I'm looking up. I'm like, God, it could be that one or the first one here because it's if it's Neil Adams, it stops at 100, and then the next one's 100. Next down the line. So what is that
there? Yeah, that's right. You got the mug. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Comics.
Got the mug.
That's right.
I thought you got that for your mom.
I did, but it's the only one we got, so I had
so it's now it's yours too. Yeah.
So
gotta do.
Talk to me about what cons you're going to next year.
Me or
yeah.
So next year I'm going to C2E2.
I'll be there.
I'm going to MegaCon.
Be there.
I'm going to
bring the wife to MegaCon.
I'm going to Boston and going to New York Comic-Con, of course, always. Right. Because those are the local ones for me that are worth hitting. Obviously. I'm always at Big Apple Con, which is a smaller show. It's more of a hotel show. That's in March.
I love the guys that run it. I love the guys that run Big Apple Con.
Yeah, so that one's definitely happening. And then really Baltimore is the maybe, I guess, because it's always so close in around New York Comic Con, and I always
it's like a week.
It's just too close together with New York Comic Con. That's why I didn't go this year, and it would have been great to hang out with everybody there, but
I think next year the main con for me is going to be MegaCon with the wife.
Mm-hmm.
And C2E2, and I'll do Planet. Tony, you got to go to Planet.
I know.
I'd love to sneak that in too.
Planet got all those wrestling guys in it already. They got Booker T. They got all of them that are alive. Not whole, but it'll be.
But for me, there's the one con I have to go to every year is New York Comic Con. That's my hometown show. It's my backyard.
Pretty good one.
So I got that's the one I have to go to. I have really no interest in going to San Diego anymore. I've been before in the past, and it's just too much noise for me. It was fun when I went in the past, but even then it was it was starting to get really big and
they say it's
media.
Isn't it less books and more stars?
Media, it's more about media stuff.
Which is kind of C2E2. I hope doesn't fall into that because they've been so good at getting a lot of good dealers. But I've heard that because I did last year, I did C2E2, and the next week I was in Kansas City, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went con to con. Pace Pop Pete traveled, man. So I was Pace Pop Pete for both cons, and I literally tell you that I remember going and seeing some of the same dealers and says, I'll see you there, I'll see you there. I'm not gonna forget the fucking dumbass. It was Pace Pop Pete, first one. According to Starenko, the first time I ever saw it. And and then all of a sudden, every dealer said that this is such a better con for selling books than C2E2. And I said, why is it? He goes, because of all the pop culture. I'm like, pop culture is important though, because that's what makes it in this big.
I agree. I feel like
you guys, if you want just a pure Comic Con, you got those hotel cons and everything else.
That's why I love New York.
Too far ahead, then the con kind of suffers. And next thing you know, if it's all pop culture, you get Wizard World. If it's all comics and nothing else, you get your local cons that are in hotels.
The reason why I love not just because of it being in New York, because obviously that helps, right? If you're not from New York Comic Con is a much more of an expensive uphill climb. You don't have a buddy to crash at for free. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's expensive.
There's no way I could go to.
It's super expensive to go to New York Comic Con from out of town. But if you're in town, then it really works to your advantage. And they have a great sort of hybrid between pop culture stuff and Still a ton, pop culture stuff, toy stuff, ton of comic book dealers, ton of original art dealers, and the biggest artist alley in the game. Like the biggest artist alley in the game.
Dope.
So like to me, that's like those are the ideal factors, I never checked out the anime show. There's like an anime show happening concurrently to it. It's just not my thing. So,
when I started going to New York Comic Con in the 90s, and where it is now is ridiculous, but it's
huge.
It's never lost its core.
No.
Its core has always been, and it sounds corny that Midtown Comics, you guys got to remember, Midtown Comics wasn't Midtown Comics today. They weren't that in the 93 or 94 whenever it started, or 99 when it became Midtown Comics. It wasn't. It was literally a brick and mortar like you wouldn't believe. It was, these guys were shelling these books, giving away deals, doing things. They were really hardworking guys. And they just so happened to be in a building that Marvel moved some of their offices to. So it worked out real well.
So Gray Matter Hulk, Hunter Thompson. Good to see you guys.
Anime right now. Animes I'm watching. Dr. Stone. I'm watching that. I'm watching.
I don't watch any. It's just never been something I've been into.
My kids, man. My kids love anime, and it's my fault because I grew up watching Dragon Ball, and my kids grew up watching that. So they've developed their own taste, and they're watching right now they watch Dr. Stone. They're watching I'm watching The Gate, Dr. Stone. What's it? My Hero Academia.
Good to see you, Hunter.
Yeah, they're watching that. Then they watch obscure stuff too, though. Just weird stuff, just to test the waters on things.
Do they read manga at all?
Yeah, yes, dude. Yeah,
we got a lot of that.
I read a little bit of manga. But I don't really watch anime for some reason.
There's an anime con here in Nebraska that's bigger than our Comic Con. It's the biggest anime con. It's NebCon, they call it. It's all anime.
Right.
It's really big. I mean, anime is bigger here than comics is.
See, in Texas,
they have a lot of high-end comic.
They have a DreamCon in Texas or whatever when you go out there. Yeah. So.
What's up, Biggie?
Yo, what up, Biggie?
What up?
He strapped me up, so shout out to Biggie.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's no match today though, Big.
One thing I like. I collect. I collect a lot. Oh yeah, I collect a lot. I don't collect just comic books. I collect toys, video games. So when I go to a convention and they got all that stuff, I enjoy it. I walk around and I'll look at all the video games, toys, any of that pop culture stuff. I like walking around looking.
Dude,
at
I'm dying to play Fall. I'm dying to play Fallen Order. Honestly, probably when we get off, I'm gonna the show tonight. I'm gonna probably.
Jedi Fallen Order. Are you
start playing it? I have the game. I haven't started it yet, but I've heard.
It's only a one-player game, though, right?
It's a one-player story mode. It's like a whole story.
Yeah, but you don't play Battlefront 2?
I have Battlefront 2, and I have played it, but I'm not super into multiplayer video gaming, so it's kind of like after and that had a really short story mode, so
I didn't know.
But I'm hearing this Fallen Order thing is the greatest.
I heard you
Star Wars video game.
Fix the glitches after the first 2 weeks. They said they're gonna have 6 or 7 patches coming up, so I'm gonna wait.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because your PlayStation takes a beating with them Star Wars games because they update them constantly. It never ends.
It's kind of like that with all new games now. It seems like you get a game and you go and you put it in and you got a 2.5 hour download update before you can even play the game.
Yeah.
If you don't play it every day, you basically have I basically have to update the game every time before I want to play it, no matter what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
I know I got to do it.
That is true, because if you don't update it, if I wanted to go play DC Universe Online right now, I would have to download that thing for a day probably. It'd be get on to play it.
Yeah, I did that last time I went to play Forza. By the time it was done updating, I was asleep. It's but I sleep all the time,
And you take a shit ton of monster.
Yeah,
I know.
Could you imagine if I didn't? Dang.
It cracks me up.
Oh, I don't.
So be sure to tune in tomorrow.
Is that 11 Eastern tomorrow, or is it?
Yeah, it'll be regular time. It'll be regular time. So it'll be everybody's collection, whatever you got in there, you can pull out and try to save your ass.
Is that little Tony? What's up, little Tony?
Yeah, little Tony.
Yeah.
Little Comics with Bueller is trying to chime in about his X-Men 94. Right now.
Oh yes, the non-sketch variant.
What's up, Bueller? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by.
What's up, Bill? Yeah, Jeffrey's in the Hall of Fame. He's retiring.
Retiring. That's right.
Now he needs that watch. He needs that watch. He needs that retirement watch.
Boy.
Yeah. So be sure to tune in tomorrow, guys. We're gonna be doing it's gonna be kind of crazy because we're gonna be pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Because they can't let me defend a second time without facing every other Hunt champion that ever existed. So
And then
It's a hell of a drug, everybody.
they're stacking the deck against NWO, against Don Dada. Anyway.
You're gonna see everything.
Bueller.
Look, Jeffrey already getting votes. Look.
Man.
And he's retiring as the cover champ.
That's right. It's a good, no better time than the present, when you're on top.
So this has been the Hunt, and this has been the Hall of Fame. And congratulations, Jeffrey. Man,
Thank you guys, man. Thank you, all my friends out there who voted for me, all our friends who watch. Thank you guys.
He said pull out 2 AF-15s.
No,
I'm gonna win without
like,
doing that. We'll see.
But we'll catch you guys later.
Thank you all.